Born in 1971 to an Irish mother and a Ghanaian father, Afiakese Amponsah's life took a dark turn at age 2. After suffering multiple abuse by her father, she was later diagnosed with multiple skull fractures and a fractured jaw, 6 cracks along her spine, and a shattered pelvis. She tells Joy News she suffered internal bleeding and ulcers caused by being forced to ingest powdered aspirin on an empty stomach to hide the swelling of her broken limbs. The trauma resulted in a fractured skull and amnesia, which she says was enough to mute her, only for her to be diagnosed of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, a severe mental health condition arising from repeated interpersonal abuse.
I was born in 1971. To an Irish mother and to a Ghanaian father. At the age of 2, my mother looked after me to the age of 2, and then my father took me because his friends told him that he would get a passport, a council flat, and a job if he did. He took me home, and he never really liked children. His history was that he never really liked children, so immediately when he started to break my fingers and my arms. He broke my arms here and here by gripping them, here and here, and he broke here and here, and there's a little crack there, and he did the same. He would grip them like this and squeeze it until the bone broke. And he subjected me to constant, severe, chronic violence. And I had no idea of how bad it was because he fractured my skull. So I lost my memory. I had amnesia as a result. I have multiple fractures to the skull, all over here, the split around my head.
According to Miss Kese Amponsah, though the UK police have noted her historical allegations following a complaint from her, they are unable to prosecute as her father is deceased.
Now, once I did 2 years of remembering, that's what they treated me for. Once I remembered, and I understood the pains in my body and why they were happening, I did report it to the police as a historical allegation of child abuse. They told me that they couldn't do anything because he was dead, but it is on record, and they advised me to go after the institutions that failed in their duty of care, namely the schools that I went to, the council that was supposed to be looking after me, the government, basically. And the government, even now I'm in social care, I'm still part of, so I've always been a ward of the state.
Now at 54, she's been forced to live with severe disabilities. But despite this challenge, she is using her voice to challenge cultural norms regarding discipline, especially among Ghanaians. Miss Kese Amponsah is now focusing her efforts on holding the schools and public institutions accountable for their failure in duty of care, as a significant portion of her testimony highlights the failure of the safety nets.
The children are not chattel. They're not chattel. They're not possessions. They don't belong to you. They're a gift. Don't do that spare the rod stuff, because we're in 2025. Child abuse exists. That book was written 15, 20, 100 years ago. It does not apply to today.
From Kumasi, for Joy News, Ohimenteria reporting.